Hey guys, what's going on? Coach B here for your Health Hack Thursday. Today's episode, we are going to go over healthy alternatives. No, wait, that's next week. Okay, not the healthy alternatives. We're actually going to go over active recovery today. So you might hear that often when some of the coaches say, hey guys, like, make sure you get some active recovery in before tomorrow's workout or before the next time you actually come into a workout. Basically, I want to describe what active recovery looks like, the why. So we're going to go over the what, the why, and of course, the how of active recovery. So what is active recovery? Basically, active recovery is taking a day off of what you traditionally do. So let's just say we're going to use F45 as an example. So you have your strength days a couple days a week or a few days a week, and you have your cardio days a few days a week. That would be a normal schedule. That wouldn't be recovery. That would be going hard on cardio, your aerobic side of things, and then hard on resistance training, your anaerobic side of things. So days off would consist of neither of those. So active recovery would be doing something on those days off that you're not doing either anything anaerobic or aerobic based in terms of the F45 setting, and supplementing that with some sort of physical activity that's not taxing to the system. It doesn't light up the CNS and the central nervous system. It doesn't beat the body down. Basically, what it does, it allows for optimal blood flow to continue. If you're doing some sort of active active activity, for the lack of a better word, that would increase blood flow, that would keep the muscles moving, keep the muscles engaged, keep the ligaments and joints from getting too tight. So things like yoga would be a phenomenal active recovery. You're moving your body still. You might have your heart rate elevated. You're kind of working in some strength positions. You're working on mobility and flexibility. Phenomenal active recovery. It's not you lying on the couch and doing absolutely nothing between you working out today and you working out 2 days from now. So you just want to make sure that you're getting that consistent blood flow going. The muscles are engaged. They are working. They are doing something, and that you're seeing the body actually engage with some sort of physical activity that's just not taxing. So I guess the what behind that would be things like yoga. Swimming would be a good example of active recovery. Swimming is not going to really beat your system up. It's not going to put a lot of stress on the joints. It's not going to put any load on your joints and make your muscles fatigue for the next session. Running would be an option. Of course, not long distances. Maybe like a 2K or 3K or 5K. Depending on what your fitness level is, a 10K could be your active recovery. It's getting the body moving, you're engaging the muscles again, but you're not beating the system up that you can't perform optimally in your next cardio or resistance-based workout. Biking, a phenomenal active recovery exercise. That allows you, again, to use the muscles. They're engaged, but in a very passive manner. If you hear me ever say passive compared to active, even though this is active recovery, passive would just be with minimal stress and stimuli. So you wouldn't go out and you do HIIT session. You wouldn't do hill bike rides. You do just a passive ride, right? You maybe do a 5K around your block or down a nice pathway around your house, and that's phenomenal active recovery. So for those of you that don't know me, obviously you see that I'm Brandon Rinka 365 on Instagram, and a few years back I was privy to taking on a 365-day challenge that I created. If you don't know what that was all about, you can check my website, check it out. Don't want to bore you here. It's actually not boring, it's actually pretty cool stuff. But every month I would take on a new challenge and I would do a new discipline. And this story is going somewhere. And I would take on things like jiu-jitsu, and I would do cycling, and I would do swimming, and I got into ultra running, and I got into kickboxing and powerlifting. I did yoga, and I was all over the map, Ironman. So basically, after 12 months, I had so many different disciplines that I was like, wow, I actually enjoy doing those things because I got good at it. And that was cool because it allowed me to take those disciplines that I worked on and developed a decent enough skill set at, now throw into my routine as part of my active recovery. Obviously for myself, if you don't know me, I do train for those things. I compete in events that involve swimming, biking, and running, and I create projects based around that. But when I'm not doing projects and I'm not training for a competition or a race, those are phenomenal things that I throw into my routine as active recovery days that would supplement me going hard in the gym. Your body can only go so hard in a gym-like atmosphere before it just gasses out and it needs to repair and it needs to recover. And you don't want to go into a point where you're not doing anything for 48 hours and then you jump back into the gym and your muscles feel tight and the muscles feel weak. And that doesn't obviously benefit you in the least. So for me, that Brain Rank at 365 thing was the idea that every single day I was doing something. And throughout that whole year, I wasn't just going crazy hard on every single day. I was just doing something, and I was improving at a fairly, high rate based on, how much volume I had per sport, per discipline. But for you guys at home, if you're looking to throw in active recovery, just be open to the idea that you could like things that you maybe aren't privy to. So maybe you don't swim right now. And you're like, Brandon, I don't swim, I don't bike, I don't run. You know what? Okay, I get it. You might not love those things, but the more you do it, you'll find environments. I don't love running outside on the ground necessarily, but I love going for hikes. I love going into trails. I love going to lakes to swim. Maybe it's not going into a pool. Maybe you don't love going onto stationary bikes, but you enjoy biking around a neighborhood and going around pathways around the lake. There's a lot of different options. That's all I'm saying, right? Jiu-jitsu, that can be passive in a certain regard, or just kickboxing class or whatever it is. There's just certain things that you can throw in there, but you got to make sure there's not taxing. It just doesn't beat your system up. You're not going to go and you're not going to spar. You're not going to necessarily roll in jiu-jitsu and do races and, like I said, do that high intensity stuff on the swim, bike, or run. However, you're doing things that just loosen the body up, keep the blood flow going, keep the muscles engaged, and those are phenomenal active recoveries. That takes care of the what, the why, and the how behind it, guys. So whatever it is that you do like, throw more of that in to your routine that is in a passive manner. Of course, we're talking to the F45 family, so you guys are going hard 5 to 6 days a week at the gym, pushing yourself in a very high aerobic and anaerobic capacity with the workouts. But again, I don't want you guys going back home if we're not working out that day and doing absolutely nothing. Find something for that active recovery. Walks, I didn't even mention that. Sometimes they're very overlooked and they're underrated and undervalued. So walks are phenomenal active recovery exercise. So just going out and actually walking for 20 minutes to an hour. If that's your day off and you're doing nothing else, I would say, yeah, get out for an hour and actually do some walking. Get 4 to 6K done. Why not, right? It's good for the body. It's good to get outside. I suggest with active recovery, do things in an environment that promote enjoyment, that promote happiness, that give you some sunshine. Right? That's why I love being in nature for my active recovery. So I'll do stretching outside. I'll do mobility. That's why I become such a big fan of going swimming in lakes and biking and running in nature, because those things just make me feel good mentally and not just physically. So yeah, guys, it's pretty simple stuff. If you hear the coaches say, hey, get some active recovery in, that basically means don't sit on the couch and do nothing today. It means do something in a passive manner that keeps the muscles engaged, that makes sure the ligaments and tendons and joints aren't stiffened, and allows the blood flow to be created. So those are the 3 principles, right? Make sure those 3 things take care of itself. Get out there, get your 10,000 steps in per day. That's a great little marker if you guys want to set a marker for yourselves in terms of, hey, like, what's a good active recovery walk day? 10,000 steps would be awesome. But yeah, guys, just do something, have fun with it, make sure your body just, you want your body to adapt. You want your body to understand this is what we do. 365 days a year, our body moves, it gets to work, whether it's passively or actively or at a high intensity, our body moves every single day. That is active recovery. Have fun with it. Let me know what you guys get into, because I'm always looking for new stuff, and it is cool to hear what you guys enjoy doing and what you've added to your routine. Take care, guys.